What is up, Marv Meisters? Long time no see with me and Marv together. How's everybody doing? What's going on there, Marv?
What's up?
Oh, yeah, I know. It's been a long day for me.
Yeah.
Well,
It's been a long week.
yeah. Want to say hi to everybody? What's up, Digital?
Hello, everybody.
It's been a minute, Digital. Where you been hiding? Hey, Andrea, Jill. Well, there's our Nightbot doing its job.
Yeah, I gotta get on there. Apparently, it has some cues of its own.
Oh, yeah.
And I gotta go and turn off the ones that I don't want on there. Like, stop spamming.
Oh, right. I see JD, Melissa, Sierra. What's up, D? Nice to see you, girl. Vanessa again. Pamela. Who else we got?
Wackadoodle?
Wackadoodle down there.
Yeah,
Yep.
she came in. She or he.
Miss Mala. It's good to see everybody.
Yes. So, if you are a part of the True Crime with Marv and Frank Facebook group, you saw that I put 3 lives that we got set up last night.
Yeah.
This one tonight, one tomorrow night, and then one Sunday afternoon.
And then I will continue on part 2 of her Baumeister sometime next week.
Yep. And coming up next week, we are going to do the first part of Tipton and Tabitha's story. That is going to be Wednesday. I'm going to be chatting with Mark here this weekend just to finalize some things.
He sent another thing in the email with all of Buffy's information.
I know. He said that was the last one. So,
right.
Okay, good to know. I'm a she. Thank you. It's hard to tell by names. We don't want to offend anybody, so and then we have some other things coming up. So I want to do a members only live, and our discussion is going to be the Robert Lindsay theory.
Oh, God.
And the reason we're going to do this as a members only live is because there's a lot of sensitive information.
But I do, since you brought that up, I'm sure a lot of you heard what Mr. Lindsay was saying last night, okay? And I'm very highly upset about some of the things that he had said. And I'm going to let everybody know right now, I love every and each and one of you, but you ever come into our chat and make some comments like he did last night about the girls, the family, or anything, you will automatically be blocked and asked not to come back. Because I will not deal with that.
It was bad, and one thing that I didn't get to watch the whole live. I just didn't. I eventually had to turn it off.
And so did I. I was getting pissed. Yeah.
I tried to listen to it today as I was working, and I just couldn't. There's a lot of things that are said on there that people take as fact.
Right.
And we don't know if it's fact or not. So we're going to try to just weed through and debunk some of this.
Wackadoodle, we will not mention the live that it was on because we don't discuss other channels on our lives. If you want to go back or email us, I'll send you who it was, but I'm not going to announce it on our live.
Yep. So it's
And now we get to debunk this Daily Mail.
I just want to put it out there and talk to our members about what was said, you know, and how we feel about that. And because there's some sensitive things that were said, we're just going to do it in a members live.
Yeah, Sierra, she was there last night. Hold on, Taylor's here.
Yeah, I didn't even get to the vulgar part because I couldn't handle it. So,
I told her straight out. I said, "Look, dude, you need to stop with the BS."
I know.
And putting this speculation out there, man. If you got any proof of this, you need to show it. I mean, there was some other creators in there that was highly upset too.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm gonna text out. Oh, there it goes. All right.
And now we get to debunk this Daily Mail
Oh.
tabloid crap.
But before we get into that, Frank, let me just say, this next week before Christmas is going to be busy for us. You know,
Okay.
We're doing a live tonight, a live tomorrow, a live Sunday. We will probably do one on Monday. And then Wednesday and Friday. And then
Christmas weekend, we're not going to do anything.
Right.
Well, I would say we would just take the Christmas weekend all the way through to the 1st off. So for traveling, for everybody who's going in and out of states.
That's when people want to see us.
New Year's and all that.
You'd be surprised.
Well, that's up to you.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We have a lot of topics to cover. So tonight is Daily Mail. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Quentin Simon. Sunday is going to be, I always say her name,
Athena
Strand.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a members live on this whole Robert Lindsay crap. We're going to have the first part of Tabitha and Tipton. And then we have the whole Herb Almeister story to bring to you. We have...
I gave you guys a little bit of a taste of what I'm working on. So there's a lot of information when it comes to this guy. So it's going to take me a little bit.
Yep. So then we also have the Delphi Murders.
Mm-hmm.
We have Julie Meyer, who we are going to do a show on. I want to do an update show on Karina and Jamie Valdez. And
by the way, I have been in the works on the Jordan Sofer case too.
And that one we're going to bring you to. So there's a lot. With Delphi on a standstill right now, there's a lot of stuff that we're working on. So normally, I'm gonna share my screen here with you.
Yeah, country dog lady. Me and my buddy Taylor, we're thinking about going up to the Fox Hollow property. We're thinking about doing that, and if we do, I'm gonna snoop around and see if I can find any remains of any sorts out there. And if I do, well, I'm gonna be videotaping everything.
So right now, the membership there's a $2.99 a month. You get your loyalty badges next to your name and comments and live chat. Custom emojis to use in comments. Priority reply to comments. You've got the researcher, $5.99. Member shoutouts. Member-only live streams. Member-only polls. And then the analyst is $14.99, and you get all the stuff from the first two, plus connecting on social media, members only live chats, and early access to new videos. And now we're going to be putting some merchandise in that level too.
Somebody asked, hold on a second. Somebody asked, what level of memberships for members only? As long as you join, you automatically become a member. Is that correct, right? Yeah, once you join a membership.
I was trying to explain this when.
Well, that was one of the questions somebody was asking. That's why.
That's what I'm answering.
Okay.
Normally, you would get the members only lives on the researcher, the $5.99 a month. Okay. But because we're just starting out, I've been doing it for everybody, whether you're an investigator, researcher, or analyst.
Okay.
Once we get more individuals at the researcher level, then we will go to, it'll be on a researcher level only. So, yeah, no, it's me. We got pounded with ice and snow, and so my internet is laggy. So I apologize.
Miss Thang, yes, we are going to discuss the Idaho.
That's on our list too, yes.
Yes. Vanessa, I've been trying to quit smoking for nearly 30 years, and it ain't even came close, but for 1 week I did. Vanessa's asking how much snow.
Yeah. We were supposed to get 8 to 12 inches, and we only got about 4. 2 to 4. So not too bad, but we had over an inch of ice before that. It was not nice.
Yes, Shannon, yeah. You're right. A lot of cases.
And we're going to be getting back into Florida. So I have a list that I've started. Somebody also asked us on our Facebook group to do a live on Ray Hanish. We will absolutely do that. We will put him in there. So.
And one more thing. The little boy in the suitcase.
Yes.
The woman that they arrested, the friend that was accomplished, she's going to trial for murder here. I saw it. I can't remember the date, but it's sometime here soon. And
we have a lot of trials coming up, probably after the first of the year, that we're going to be following.
Yep.
And we have to get that mother's picture out so she can be caught for the little boy in the suitcase.
There you go, Vanessa. Her name was Dawn Coleman, the one that got arrested.
Yep.
The accomplice. So we don't have a lot of connections out in California because I believe that's where she's at.
Yeah, so we're going to need your guys' help. I'm going to put together an actual video for that one. And basically, I'm going to ask all of our members and subscribers to forward that video to anybody they know in Nevada, California, that whole area.
Yeah, the Pacific West Coast area.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, see, Vanessa's been following it too. Yeah, I saw it today. I knew it was sometime coming up here in the near future, and it's May 2nd for her court date.
Welcome to the membership, Miss Moolah. So glad to have you. Thank you for becoming a member. And yes, floor is not done. We are going to go back to that one too. There's a lot. I told Frank we're going to start branching out. He can keep an eye on Delphi and everything, and we'll still report on Delphi. But we're going to start doing other stories too, and it's really ramping up now because I've had him researching. Oh, I forgot to get you. Remind me, please, Frank, to get you the Twitter password and the TikTok password.
And by the way, for people that don't know, we had a generous donation.
Yes.
So Marv went ahead and bought me a brand new computer desk, a computer chair, a printer, all the works, punch holes, for that, binders, for all these cases that we can print off and keep track of everything by binder instead of having to go on the computer all the time.
Yeah. A very big donation We appreciate it because it's been a lifesaver.
Yes.
Frank has been doing lives from his kitchen table.
Yep.
You know how it is sitting at your kitchen table on those chairs. It's not comfortable. I didn't realize it. He asked me if he could get a desk, and I'm like, absolutely. So I ordered him a desk, chair. He got a printer. I got a printer. I got a camera with an external, what is it called?
Mic.
On it that I'm going to test out. And then if that works good, he's going to get one also because it's great.
Boots on the ground, baby. Boots on the ground.
Yep. So between him and I, we're going to, this next year, we're going to grow a lot. Definitely.
Hey, Randy. Nice to see you, buddy.
All right.
Let's get into this BS with the Daily Mail. You have to blow this crap up.
Actually, why don't you? I'm going to put this on us. Why don't you talk to them for a minute while I go to the bathroom?
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. For the people that are just now joining in the chat, I had mentioned earlier that I heard from my own words, and there's quite a few people in here that's heard it too, about what Robert Lindsay was saying last night. And I came to the decision that anybody, doesn't matter how good of a person you are, how devoted to this channel you are, it doesn't matter who you are. If you bring into our channel slander against any of the girls, any of the families, making shrewd remarks that are inappropriate to where the family members can hear and see this, you will be banned and you will ask not to come back. We will not have this on our channel at all. It's so degrading to hear what was said last night that if I could have throat punched him through the screen, I would have. Trust me. But otherwise, you know, me and Marv are working on a lot of cases right now. I understand you guys like to see us live more often, but you got to understand it's just me and her, and she works a full-time job also. So, and it's just basically me and her and a couple other people that do a lot of research, and that's all we have. And it takes time for us to put stuff together. Yeah, there you go, April. You seen it. You seen it, yeah. I was highly upset with it, that whole situation. As a matter of fact, somebody messaged me yesterday and said, "You got to see this." And I went on and was listening in, and I was like, "Oh, Lord." And believe me, I spoke up, people. And I told them, I said, with this bullshit that you're putting out here, it's all speculation and rumor, man. Unless you got some type of documentation or some proof that this actually happened or taken place, man, you don't need to be saying this and be downgrading the family like you are. You know, and then he's just, oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. Let's get off Robert Lindsay for a while. So, how's everybody else doing? You getting that all worked out with Curly JK there, Randy? With the situation going on with his channel? TTM fangirl, nice to see you. Yeah, hey Shannon, yeah, me and you're gonna have to get together here sometime soon so we can start working on some stuff with that floor thing. We've got all the documentation we need, so, but I've been kind of hesitant due to the civil suits that are going on with that case right now, and I don't want to be kind of mess with the case in any way or harm it in any way with the things we talk about. So we do need to discuss that. So.
Okay, so before we start, Daily Mail, I have one thing to say to everybody here. I want to send out a personal thank you to everyone who shared Jessica Jonas's missing flyer from last week.
Okay. Yeah.
We went from not having any information at all to her being found by 11 p.m. that night in South Dakota. This was a grooming situation. There is a person that was arrested.
It was a catfishing thing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a catfishing situation. But I want to thank all of you who shared that information. And I want to do a special thank you to True Crime with Sunshine for making the missing poster, and to Arctic Fox for also doing a broadcast on her disappearance that night. I emailed the two of them and I had responses within minutes. It was awesome. So, all of you who shared and prayed and hoped, we helped save another teenager last week who was
Good
30.
job, Mark.
Me.
Good job.
So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate our community for jumping in and doing that.
Vanessa, the Florida Fire's mother, the children's mother, has filed lawsuits, and that's something that me and True Crime with Shannon have got to discuss on what we can talk about, what we should talk about, because we don't want to interfere with the civil suits. So that's what I meant by that.
Hey, Vid Inquiries, how you doing? Jetta, thanks for joining us. Sandra. All right. Yes, that was great news. Thank you so much. So, let's get into Daily Mail.
I'm so glad to see she's safe. Love your hair, Mark. Great.
Oh,
your
thank
hair looks
you.
great, Mark.
Thanks.
Hey, I grew my beard.
Yeah.
Shrink it down.
All right.
Hey, Jetta, nice to see you. Yeah, where is Kristen? I'm surprised she's not in here.
She might be in. I don't know if Steve's doing a live. Yes, my hair is getting long. I'm about ready to cut it.
Hell, it was at your shoulders when I just saw you back in October.
Yeah.
What's up, Grizz? Please, yeah. Matter of fact, everybody, please go smash that like button. It helps our algorithms, whatever you call that stuff.
Yep.
Smash that like button, people.
Okay. Daily Mail, what are you thinking? Is all I got to say to begin with.
Damn tabloids, huh?
Yep. So yesterday this appeared. Exclusive: murdered Delphi teens were intended victims of botched child sex kidnap plot. Cops believe, as investigators dig up dead cat to match hairs found on girls to alleged killer's pet. Really?
Nothing about the bullet, right?
Where are the facts in that?
Right.
Right off the bat.
Right. How do we know it was a child sex kidnapping plot? I mean,
right.
I mean, come on. I mean, get real. Yeah, that's tabloid.
I just got to respond to this. At Marv, the kitten is being a terror much more of a handful than stealing $5 bills. Oh, come on now, Vid. That kitty was so sweet to me. That's funny.
Jump from Daily Mail to a cat.
Yeah, sorry. Well, when I was in Delphi this last time, I stayed in the same hotel as them, and she brought her kitten. And it was the sweetest thing, except it liked to steal $5 bills off the drawers. And I was running after it, trying to get these $5 bills.
That reminds me, you're talking about the Drury Inn. That's what the Julie Meyer case is about.
Yes. Yes.
This lady was found at the Drury Inn in Lafayette in October. Yeah, it was October.
But we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
All right. So the only thing I can see as being true maybe in this first paragraph is that they may have dug up the dead cat, depending on how long it had been dead.
Or even the kidnapping part. That or the dead cat part.
Yeah. Because we've heard of them, and the reason I say that is because we've heard of them taking hair from the Klein's dogs.
Right.
From Chadwell's dogs. So we know there's got something with pet hair in there. So I can see that being true. I don't think it was a kidnap plot. I just don't.
Well, I mean, the only reason why I say that is because you know that he got the enhancement murder charge. And if you look under the enhancement, it consists of sexual assault, kidnapping, and a few other things. Right. So that's why I pointed out the kidnap, because that could be under the elevation of that murder charge part.
I will be the first to say anything is possible, but I don't think that had anything to do with it, but that's just me. That's my opinion. So the first bullet point says Richard Allen was allegedly part of a child ring that planned to kidnap and, to Liberty German 14.
Just use assault.
And Abigail Williams. So we have no idea that that's even true. We have not, don't get me wrong, there is a ring in that area and he could be part of it, but there's no proof to that.
Right. There is no digital trail of him at all.
Right.
Because you got to remember, after the crime was committed, there was no Facebook activity. I believe it was from his wife from 2007, from that time all the way through 2018, I believe.
Right. The next bullet says Allen has ties to ring pedo Keegan Klein, who was previously named as a suspect. Okay. Now we think he has ties because he lived close to him at one time, but I'm being told now that is a different Richard Allen that lived close to Keegan Klein. We're gonna have to look into that.
All right. It says who was previously named as a suspect. Keegan Klein has never been named a suspect in the Delphi murders.
Correct.
He's just a suspect when it came to the Anthony Shots account. That is it. And the nasty stuff he was doing.
And then it says both have been linked to Ron Logan. What? Where did that come from?
Right.
Because in the PC, it said that Allen said that he didn't know Ron Logan at all. So where are they getting this from?
Remember I told you I got that email from that person that's good friends with TK? Did you read his response when I sent him a message back to him asking him, tell me about TK?
No, I have not had a chance to get into emails the past few days.
Well, he did tell me that, I'm not going to give his name, but he lives in Peru, and he's been friends with Tony Klein since childhood. And he says he does not honestly believe that Tony Klein is involved in any way, shape, or form with the Delphi murders. He said that Tony kind of gets upset and gets kind of like sick to his stomach every time he hears about it. But this guy did admit that they did fish right there by Ron Logan. He did. He didn't say Tony did, but what are the chances of him and Tony actually being out there fishing out there before?
But just because they fished out there doesn't know that they know him.
Well, I mean, true, but to get in that location, I mean, you would literally have to be right there on his property to get to where they're talking about. So I thought it was kind of interesting. You're going to have to read it.
Okay.
He really defended Tony, something fierce.
Okay. So once again, they're saying that this was a botched kidnapping plot hatched by members of local ring. This is just one of the host of disturbing new details and allegations that can be exclusively revealed by Daily Mail.
.com.
Including gruesome details about how the girls died and that police dug up the prime suspect's dead cat in an effort to match hairs found on the bodies. Really? Because as far as we know, nothing has been released officially from the murder scene, how the girls died. Yes, there's rumors. Yes, there's speculation. Some of it we've gotten from the Ron Logan arrest warrant. Some of it we've gotten from the probable cause for Richard Allen. So some of our speculation or rumors have been verified through those documents.
And then you got the next line. It says the revelations came just 2 weeks after the authorities released a redacted version of the probable cause affidavit that led to Richard Allen's arrest. That's bullshit. A lot of this stuff that was talked about a long time ago. I mean, when they were talking about what was they digging up in his backyard, everybody was assuming it was his dead cat. We don't know exactly what they were digging up back there.
So yes, Allen 50 was charged with 2 counts of murder on October 28th, 5 years after 14-year-old Libby and 13-year-old Abby were found dead in Delphi.
Oh boy.
DailyMail.com has learned that shortly after his arrest, one of Allen's neighbors recalled seeing police digging in his yard. Well, we all know that. We knew that.
I have to laugh at this shit. Sorry.
Maybe they were digging up a time capsule. Come on. Well,
sorry. For God.
So my question is how long has this cat been dead?
Really?
Are you even going to get any hairs off of it? I mean, really, do we know when the cat died? Because their whole thing is about a lot of this is about a cat in the beginning, and I'm like, come on.
Daily Mail originates out of the UK, digital.
Yeah. Carroll County prosecutor Nicholas McClellan has openly stated that he believes Allen is not the only actor involved in this. Well, no duh. We got that from the hearing.
I was sitting right there. I heard it right from the horse's mouth. While he was sweating bullets.
Yeah. And while Allen has not been charged with kidnapping, that's part of the charge. The murder charges. There was an extensive,
it's called an elevation of charges.
Oh, Andrea says the cat died in 2018.
There ain't gonna be no hair left.
Is that what you're saying, Andrea? Oh, yeah. April says that too.
You ain't gonna have no hair left.
Well, you could have a little bit stuck to the bones or whatever, but we'll see. And digital's right. You can get DNA from the hair seen than bones from yard.
Only if you have the root of the hair. Randy said, "Oh, John Wilkes Booth did it."
Now, sources close to the investigation have claimed that Allen was acting with at least 2 other men and was involved in a ring. Where's your proof?
Yeah, I think there's a dead cat ring out there.
I just got to say, where is the proof that this is true?
There is truth to the CSAM, but as far as a sex ring, I don't have any legitimate proof saying there's a sex ring. Yeah, CSAM, but that doesn't mean it's a sex ring. Sex ring to me is trafficking of girls for sex and money. CSAM is just photos and stuff like that.
1 to 3 years for a cat to decay. Okay.
Boy, we got people on Google.
Yep, they help us. Oh, good. So then they go into the whole Keegan Kline, the waiting trial of a slew of child pornography charges, was cooperating with state police and prosecutors in a bid to reduce his own charges. That I can see as true. Just from the way things have gone. We don't know if it's true, but eventually that will come out in the trial or whatever. But
I honestly do believe that that's what's going on right now.
I can see that as being true.
Yeah. But we can't say it for 100%, and we won't. It's just our opinion. It's just what it seems like is going on. The more he tells, the more charges he gets dropped.
I would have to say, out of this whole thing, this one statement might be the only truth. Might. We'll see. Sources told DailyMail.com the girls met Keegan Kline online and he arranged to meet them that day but didn't go. Instead, he set them up to be kidnapped for this ring. There's no proof of this. No proof.
He did not say he didn't go. He said they didn't show up in the transcript.
Right.
And we don't know if that was Keegan Kline or not anyway.
Right.
But who knows? I mean, we know that Keegan Kline is a pathological liar. We all know that.
Yes.
If you want to get technical and get down to the gritty about the whole situation, when cops are in an interrogation, they're pathological liars too. They'll lie their ass off just to get you to say something to incriminate yourself.
Language, please.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay. I know.
It just mind boggles me some of the stuff that's been put out there.
Yeah. Well, and it says Kline admitted to soliciting underage girls for nude pictures by catfishing them, posing as teenage girl Emily Ann or hunky actor model Anthony Schatz. Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
It was Schatz that he communicated with German. Okay, that's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Chillingly, Schatz was one of the last people to communicate with the girls before they took their fateful walk on the trail. That's true. Police interrogating Kline told him they did not believe he committed the murders, but was protecting the identity of whoever did. That is also true.
Yep.
Now the source has revealed that Kline has cut a deal with prosecutors. Don't know if that's true or not.
We just know that charges have been dropped and some charges have been amended. That's all we know.
So the search warrants on Allen's home and property were carried out based on Keegan's testimony. The source told DailyMail.com. We don't know if that's true or not. It could be. It could be. But we don't know for sure because there's no verification of that. Could be that the police just went back through and were reading through old tips and made connections too. We don't know. Until they come out and tell us for sure, that is false. Indiana State Police, Carroll County spokesman Sergeant Jeremy Pierce would neither confirm nor deny any of the details. Well, no kidding. They're under a gag order. Do you not know what a gag order is? They cannot say anything.
And it happened to me, and I'll vouch for that, because when I called the court, or the prosecutor, or it was the court, and I was asking them a question, and she said, I'm unable to answer any questions regards to the Delphi case. Mm-hmm. No matter what the question it was.
Yep.
That's what the court clerk told me.
And then I love how they say law enforcement has not released any of those details or anything beyond what is in the probable cause. Yeah, because there's a gag order. You forgot to put that in there, that there is a gag order and nobody is allowed to talk about it. The source claims that Klein, from whose device police retrieved a slew of child pornography, knows Allen, and that the men met when both lived in Peru, roughly 40 miles northeast of Delphi. As I said, now I'm being told that that is another man by the name of Richard Allen. So you and I have to look into that, Frank, and verify if this is the correct Richard Allen that lived close by them.
I can do that.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I can do it right now.
The source also claims that both men knew Ron Logan, whom police first pegged as a suspect in the killings after the girls' bodies were found on his property, some 1,400 feet from his home. I would like some proof of that, please. Tell me exactly how Richard Allen knew Ron Logan. Okay. Now also I want you to clarify the word knew. Like, I know of my neighbor, but I don't really talk to my neighbor. You know, so were they friendly? Were they associates? You know, how did he know Ron Logan? How did either one of them know Ron Logan?
Well, I'm here to tell you that Richard Matthew Allen never lived in Peru, but I do know that he lived in Mexico, Indiana, which is still in Miami County, right outside of Peru. And I do know for a fact that the Klein's grandfather lived there in Mexico, Indiana, at one point in time back in the mid-2000s.
But once again, that does not mean that they knew each other.
Exactly.
They could have known of each other.
Right.
Didn't know them personally or have any type of relationship with them.
Unless he's using an alias. Because I only know one alias that he's used.
Yeah. An FBI search warrant served on Logan's home and property dated March 17, 2017, revealed that on February 14th, the day after the killings, Logan asked a relative to provide him with a false alibi. The only thing, and that's true because we know that that was in there. The one part that really bothers me is why did Ron Logan only ask for an alibi for those few hours and not the whole time?
Right.
That he was out driving around. If he was really truly worried about getting caught for driving, why didn't he ask for an alibi when he went to the sanitation station?
Right.
Right? Why did he only ask for an alibi for during the hours that the girls were at the trail?
Right.
That's the only thing that bothers me.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of people know how I feel about the Ron Logan situation, and I know a lot of people don't like people talking about the Ron Logan situation, but you guys still have to understand until that it is explained why his GPS coordinates from his phone was at the crime scene 2 times that night. 2 times. And then his GPS was somewhere around the trail area, which I debunked that and got a general location where he was at through his GPS with an app that I used. And it took me by somewhere in the general vicinity of the CPS building. So the 209 call, I have a problem with. They're saying the trail area. Well, the CPS building is probably 50 to 60 yards away from the trail area.
Right.
And GPS coordinates are good up to 4 feet in accuracy. Now, a phone ping is a different story. See, a lot of people don't understand what happened out there that day. They couldn't ping the phone's general or exact location because they only had 2 towers. The ping was bouncing all over the place. There was nowhere for it to triangulate. So what they did is they used a series of satellites to triangulate the GPS coordinate for Ron Logan's phone. That's how they got the GPS coordinates.
Yes. And he told a cousin to say that a friend had picked him up and taken him to a fish store between 2 and 2:30, and that he didn't return home until 5:30 p.m. So basically, he wanted an alibi for when the girls were murdered.
But you did make a point there. Why didn't he ask for an alibi to go to the sanitation dump?
Well, and Digital said an alibi wouldn't have helped because he was on video.
Exactly.
So the last time the girls were known to be alive was at 2:13 p.m. when German made a brief cell phone recording of the now infamous bridge guy approaching with the words, "Guys down the hill." Logan's alibi was shown to be a lie, and text messages retrieved from his phone showed that he was out of his house and in the vicinity of the murders on the evening of February 13th. And yes, he was within
less
20
than 5. Actually, it was less than 5 feet. Me and Marv's got it recorded. Just when she gets the time to upload it, we'll show you the what we did out there. We got the exact location where the girls' bodies were located. We measured off 20 or 50 feet from the bank. The whole works.
Melissa Knight is not annoying. It's a wonderful tool.
And I do want to make it very clear. I am not saying that Ron Logan was bridge guy. I'm not saying he killed the girls. And I want to make that very clear. All I'm saying is he could be indirectly involved if he discovered the bodies and freaked out. That doesn't make him a bad man. It was just wrong for him if he actually did find the girls and just left them there, and not report it. But then in the same sense, I could see the mindset he had. God damn, now they're going to think I did this. You know what I'm saying? So he had to do everything possible to separate himself from that area.
All right. The FBI document also noted Logan asked his relative to lie for him the following morning before the crimes were even discovered. True. Logan died at the age of 84 on January 24, 2022, and was never named as a suspect. Nobody has been officially named a suspect until
Richardallen.
Does not mean they weren't looking at him, because we know they were looking at him. because otherwise we wouldn't have that arrest affidavit from the FBI.
And another thing that really does bother me a lot when it comes to the Ron Logan situation is the fact is they waited exactly over a month to do a complete search warrant, federal search warrant on his property after the murders were committed. Why would they wait so long? That's my question.
Yeah, I did not understand the whole let's wait a month before we search his property.
Right. I didn't understand that at all. So.
Hang on 1 minute here.
Andrew said check Messenger.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so this says Richard Allen, but doesn't say Richard M. Allen. Actually, no, we know this is true because it shows relatives.
What?
Hang on.
Oh, I definitely can't see that.
Okay, so right here it says.
Can you blow that up? Nope, you can't. I can't see that.
Hang on. Pictures. There we go. Now it says Richard Allen, age 50s, Delphi, Indiana. Aliases Richard Matthew Allen or Rick Allen.
Let me try Rick Allen.
Huh?
Let me try Rick Allen.
Well, it's right here.
Well, I know.
Indiana. Then it says W 2nd Street, Peru, Indiana. And then it has a P.O. Box, Mexico, Indiana.
Yeah, I found a P.O. box in Mexico.
Plus addresses in Greenwood, Indiana.
Yep, right up the road from me.
This is how we know it's true because they list Brittany Allen, Kathy Allen. We know that's his daughter and his wife.
Give me a second.
I gotta get it all done tomorrow.
Can you turn your TV down a little bit? All right. Then it goes on to say...
That's what he did. That's what he did. He used Rick Allen.
Yep.
That's exactly what he did. Instead of Richard.
Yep. So then it goes on to say Logan, who had a history of violence against women, was involved. Yeah, we know Logan had a history with women.
You know, the funny thing about that whole situation is that he has never been arrested for domestic battery. And all these women are making these claims, but he's never been arrested or charged for it.
Right. According to the source, investigators believe that the plan had been for Allen to kidnap the girls and bring them to Logan's home, where he and allegedly Klein would assault them. Really? Where are they getting that?
I mean, it's, as you can see, they're 2 weeks behind too.
So they were supposed to be kidnapped for this S ring, but something went wrong and he knifed and assaulted one and almost decapitated the other. Logan and Klein never met the girls.
Now, we've heard the speculation, the rumor about allegedly one of the girls being almost decapitated just from DE's text messages.
Yeah.
But how true it is, we just don't know.
Police have been tight-lipped about the girl's cause of death, saying only that there was a lot of blood at the scene. Yeah, that's true. They have said that. I gotta love this. Daily Mail has been told that the murder weapon was a knife and that both girls bled out. Well, you know what? That's just common sense. We don't have to have verification of that. The police said that it was a bloody mess.
Yeah.
A gun's not going to make that. So your best assumption is a knife. That's just common sense.
Right.
And we know that there was a lot of blood in the area. So, of course, that meant that they bled out, unfortunately. Speaking well ahead of the probable cause affidavit's release, the source revealed that the girls were killed near the river. Information since confirmed, but then moved and posed naked under a tree. Law enforcement has said that they were killed in the area that they were found. That, yes, they were moved a little bit and posed, but that doesn't mean that they found them in the river or right next to the river and was moved up.
Right.
Because they said everything was in that area where they were found. So this is false, according to what law enforcement has told us. Speaking well ahead of, but then moved and posed naked under a tree. And actually, per our GPS coordinate find, they were found under 3 trees.
It was a circular group of trees.
Yeah.
And they were basically right there in the middle. And a lot of them trees have been cut down since then, too. So
the FBI search warrant served on Logan's home also included law enforcement's belief that the killer may have taken souvenirs. Yes.
We've heard that rumor and speculation also.
DailyMail.com has been told that underwear and a cell phone were taken from the scene. No.
Incorrect.
It was underwear and socks. The cell phone was found somewhere in the area.
Within a few yards from the girls.
The newly released probable cause affidavit also reveals that one of the girls could be heard saying the word gun.
We do know that is true, yes.
And that was reported a long time ago by Gray Hughes. And he was right on that.
Yeah. Yep.
According to the source, the killer was wearing a gun on his waistband. That could be true. We know a gun was involved because a bullet was found.
And one of the girls said gun.
Yeah.
So we do know for a fact that a gun and a bullet was involved.
Yep. Police recovered a Sig Sauer model P226 as well as knives from Allen's home. Allen's wife, Kathy, 50, confirmed that the weapons were his. That's a fact. That's in the affidavit. Forensic testing on an unspent round found near the girls' bodies showed that it had been cycled through Allen's gun. Yes, that is what the prosecutor is reporting. According to the probable cause affidavit, even though the bullet has never been fired, it bore telltale and unique signs of having been in Allen's weapon. We're going to have to see that evidence when the trial comes out. The affidavit states between October 14th and October 19th, 2022, the Indiana State Laboratory performed an analysis on the gun. Yeah, that's what it states. And I'm not going to go through all this. I mean, this was actually in the affidavit. So was this, stating that it was within 2 feet of victim 2's body and been cycled through his gun.
There she is. What's up, Angela L? Yeah, it's one of them tabloids from the UK. We know. We just picked apart a lot of it.
The only thing is okay, so this Allen could not explain how a bullet that had been through his gun could have ended up there. I still have an issue with this. He said that no one ever touched his guns. He never gave his guns to anyone. So how, unless he was there at that scene, how did a bullet from his gun get between the bodies?
And you also got to remember, he places himself at the trails in the clothing depicted in the BG photo. He places himself actually on the bridge, on the first platform, looking at fish.
Correct. I'm
not talking eating fish. I'm talking, you know what I mean. You know who the fish were.
Catfishing.
Yep.
Girls.
And he was saying he was watching his stock ticker. I believe he was actually trailing the girls through his phone.
Could have been. He's denied involvement in the killings, blah, blah, blah. Several youngsters saw him there. Sorry, but not one time in that affidavit did it state that they saw Richard Allen. It said that they saw somebody with the matching clothing, but not once did it state that they saw him personally. So that is false. His lawyers say it's the wrong guy. They dismissed the probable cause, saying it's flimsy, and described the forensics relating to the unspent bullet as junk science. That is something that we're going to have to wait and see who is the more credible witness. The prosecutor's witness on the gun unspent round or the defense's. Allen is also someone who his lawyers have asserted in a newly filed motion stands no chance of a fair hearing should this trial be conducted in Carroll County.
We all knew this from day one. Anybody that was going to get arrested, we knew that they were going to end up asking for a change of venue.
And then it just goes to say they want it moved to at least 150 miles from Carroll County, and there is a hearing that's been set up.
The 13th? Oh, yeah. I thought it was the 13th. February 17th is bond hearing.
Yeah, that's what this says. A bond hearing for Allen, who is currently being held without bond, has been set for February 17th.
I thought you were talking about the change of venue date.
No. All right. That is the Daily Mail story.
Junk mail. You might as well just had to change the heading on it. Junk mail. Ridiculous. Any way to make money, huh?
Yeah.
Any way to make money.
It's just... it's crazy. Stories from the Stone says, kind of makes you wonder if he would have been found and charged faster if he never said he was there that day. Maybe.
You know, that does make me wonder. He waits a couple days after the fact and allegedly sees this conservation officer at the grocery store. Why would you approach him? Why didn't you just go straight to the police station?
Yeah. Oh my God. I heard a theory that while he was walking the trails, he dropped the shell casing and the girls picked it up.
I call
anything possible, but I say BS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sandra, he stored them at his house somewhere. And I don't know if it was secured or not. But he said that he never gave it to anybody to use. He was the only one that he knew of that had access to it.
Wonder how I can get my hands on the return for Ron Logan search warrant.
I just wonder if they never locked their doors, anyone could have access. Yeah, but who's gonna, I mean, unless it's a family member.
And then take the gun right back to the house.
Right. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, come on.
What if the defense tells you that the bullet matches 20% of SIGs?
That's a very low number. You know how many SIGs have probably been made of that model? You also got to remember also Ron Logan also had the same type of weapon.
Yeah.
Wasn't a picture of BG released 2 days after the murders or after they were found? I believe it was maybe the 17th. I think it was the 17th of February. And he went in a few days after, or he ran into that conservation officer at the grocery store.
Digital, as far as we know, Libby had her phone. Abby did not have a phone. But kids are resilient, and it's possible, but there's no mention of it. Yes, Daily Mail is like a Sun tabloid.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Danger Dave?
You've been told there's a puppy around his neck, huh? Yeah, I heard that one too.
It's a very small town.
Sorry, but isn't there an easier way to abduct teenagers? You would think so.
I mean, it sounds sick as it sounds, but the way this was done, it was pretty clever. Honestly, it was. It was pretty clever the way it was done. Not to give props to the killers or who was all involved in this, but they thought this out. To bring a kill kit, carry a gun with them, staging the scene.
Yeah.
That's always been a question in the back of my mind, Danger Dave, if they weren't the actual targets, but all indications that we know of, Libby was the target.
Yeah.
And Abigail was just collateral damage. But like I said, we don't know that it's 100% positive or what, but more will come out during trial if there's going to be a trial. Like I said, it's going to be another year and a half, 2.5 years before this thing even goes to trial. unless he files for a speedy trial and or takes a plea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Candy. I can't remember the exact date that they released the video or the photo, but I do know that he said that he went a couple days after the incident and told this conservation officer.
I'm pretty sure that was before the photo and video were released. I know for sure for the video, but
The video wasn't released until when? 2019 presser.
2019 presser. And I want to say I don't know for sure, but I want to say the picture of BG wasn't released until
I
a
think
week or two.
let me see. Hold on a second.
But I can't remember for sure. But what if the actual target was the third witness, the witness that saw RA on the first platform? Well, that could have been, but she was with, from the way it sounds, she was with two other people, and I don't know. I think somebody needs to circle back to Fouts.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that. I saw somebody, another creator's getting ready to do a thing on it.
I find it odd that it was a clerical error in the failure to arrest KK and RA, who is the file clerk, and do they still have their job?
The picture of BG, the first picture they ever released was released February 15th, 2017.
So it was 2 days. Well, next day. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. He's the kidnapper for sure, and that's where they got him. They don't have to prove he's the killer, even though he may be.
I just still have a problem, though. I just thought, man, of actually seeing the guy in person, not even 10 to 15 feet away from me. His facial structure and everything matches the young sketch, and his stature kind of meets the bridge guy stature and everything, but his height is what's bothering me. The height.
I'm going to the ladies' room. I'll be right back.
Right. But then again, maybe that's why the FBI removed all the information off their poster about the bridge guy, his weight, his height, their idea of age, hair color, everything disappeared. So they really didn't know how tall bridge guy was. So yeah, Jade, I got a Smith & Wesson 40 caliber, so yep, I deal with my gun all the time. Yeah, April, I just looked it up on it. It was the photo off Libby's phone was released February 15th. Digital, I see your question. I do believe so. His mom worked in a prosecutor's office. I do believe you're correct on that. Or she worked in the courthouse. To me, Lakeside, just from looking at him, he could have been no more than probably 5'6", maybe 5'7" at the tallest. I mean, that's from physically seeing him in person. I mean, Randy was a lot closer to him than I was when he walked by us. And Randy, you might want to ask Randy to get his opinion on that. But to me, he was a little guy. Little. And that's why, I mean, I was having such a problem when I saw him in person, and then I look at the BG photo, and I'm like, man, I mean, the appearances and everything look like him, but the height just doesn't look right. And then that's when it came back to me about the FBI removing everything off their wanted poster. The height and all that stuff was taken off, and that just told me they didn't even know actually how tall he was. Hell, they were even wrong about the age on the guy. They said 18 to 40, and this dude's 50. Well, he would have been 45 at the time, but they still went over the threshold of 40. Possibly BG and mini BG. Well, that's funny. Yeah, I swear, April, when I saw him that day, I was like, are you kidding me? He handled a big girl like Libby and Abby at the same time. I mean, yeah, if you had a gun pointing at him, I could see it. But from all the speculation and the injuries the girls had, I just don't see him doing it by himself. I mean, you understand what I'm saying. The vibe I got from him, Sierra, was the guy was scared shitless, and it was blatantly obvious when he walked into the courtroom. His eyes looked like he was on meth. They were all bulged out like he was scared. Scared. I mean, I have to put myself in his position. I'd probably be looking the same way. I'd be looking the same way. Yeah, there you go, Danger Dave. Yeah, I sit about 5'6", maybe 5'7". Yeah, April, I understand court records say that, but from experience of being booked in jail, they don't take your height, they don't take your weight or anything. And I'm not saying I'm a bad guy. It was a little misdemeanor crap like not paying a ticket. And they took me to court on a misdemeanor driving on a suspended license. I had to go down to the county jail. Didn't block me in a cell or anything. All they did was did my fingerprints and my picture, and that was it. They don't weigh you. They don't take your height or anything when you're getting booked into jail. Now, they might have got that information. He might have told them that, or they got it off of ID or something he had in a wallet. Who knows?
Does the ex-mayor's mom work in the prosecutor's office? I have no idea.
I believe that she worked in the courtroom or the courthouse. I do believe I did read about that. At one point in time, she did work in there.
Okay, I'm looking for the comment about. Oh, Andrea, ignore Nightbot. It's. I have to change that rule about the emojis. Andrea, do you know who made that comment? I'm trying to find it.
Oh, Jason Jensen did it on our show. He said all you have to do, it was who's your cold case? He's the one measured.
Someone made a comment or email. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And that's when we had who's your cold case on. He said, I did measure one of the boards on the bridge.
When I seen him on TV, I thought, are you kidding me? When I was that age and go scared, I would have went, yeah. Gail says, I seen him at CVS, shorter than me, and I'm 5'5".
Yeah, you see, okay. Well, there's your proof, people. But CP4 or C4P, there was talk from the beginning that there were bullet rounds found at the scene, but it was just speculation or rumor. It was never confirmed.
Until recently. Nightbot has 0 personality. I'll have to fix that.
That's funny.
Yeah, Ron RL states they're looking for guns. Okay.
Oh, all right. Try to hold my head up. Hey, I'm trying, guys.
All right. So, Nightbot just put out where you can get merchandise. So, if you're interested in merchandise, please go to that site and look to see what we have. We have t-shirts, sweaters, tumblers. Andrea and her sister do a great job.
Oh, yeah. We done got ours.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get y'all's.
And it's, you know, if you're like me, you never know what to tell your kids to get you or even your husband for Christmas. So a lot of times I ask for merch from my channels that I watch. And that's how I support them. That was my Christmas idea. This year, I actually had some specific things I wanted. So I didn't put merch on my list, but in the past years I have, and it's a good way for them to get you what you want.
Hey, Jed, I honestly want to see the return on Ron Logan's search warrant. That's what I want to see, if anything was ever found. Because like I said on the last live we did, a lot of Ron Logan's going to be discussed in this trial. I can guarantee you that.
Okay, Olivia, I'll check into it.
What?
Nightbot's being a pain in the butt tonight.
Oh, Lord.
But hello and welcome.
But matter of fact, I'll call the court tomorrow and see if I can get a copy of the return.
I don't know that we will because everything is sealed, but we can try.
Yeah.
So
Anybody got anything to say? Anybody want to talk about anything? Because we're at almost an hour and a half, guys.
So let's just take a quick poll until I can learn how to actually do polls on here through Nightbot. If you think Daily Mail is credible, put a 1 in the chat. If you think they are not credible, put a 2 in the chat. I'm going to go with the main weapon being a knife. My buddy in Delphi, who admittedly looked like the fuzzy pick everybody did, had his knives taken in by police shortly after. I'm sure a lot of people did.
Digital, come on, you know better than that. You know I'm not going to be asking for Shane Evans' mother at the courthouse. I ain't that dumb. No way.
A lot of 2s coming through. I like this one.
Oh, yeah.
An actress I like, Joan Collins, is always calling them out on posting BS about her. Yeah. Too many inconsistencies and not enough proof.
Right. Look at that C4P 222222222.
Yeah.
1 and 2. What do you mean, Jen? Well, some of it was factual and a lot of it was debunkable.
Yeah. Hi, Jen. How you doing?
Sorry.
All right, everybody.
Yeah. It's
going to be that time. Until Frank can get his desk, we try to limit our lives to an hour and a half. Until he's more comfortable in his new desk and chair. But I just want to remind you, tomorrow night we will be back on with Quentin Simon and that story. We will have another live on Sunday. and that'll be Athena Strand.
Go to private chat.
Huh?
Go to private chat real quick.
Go to the private chat?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm there. Nothing's there.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. And then for next week,
They just, I got a message.
And then next week, I don't know, Monday maybe? And then Wednesday for sure, we're going to do the first part on Tabitha and Tipton. And then Friday will probably be...
I think we should do just a Shiggy Giggles Christmas type thing next Friday, because that Sunday is going to be a Christmas.
Yeah. I agree. We haven't done one of those in a while, so...
Right, exactly. Get everybody in the spirit, play a little bit of Christmas music while we're all chit-chatting and, you know...
Yep, and then right after Christmas, we'll do the members only and discuss Robert Lindsay.
Oh, God. Everybody have their Earl bags when that comes. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. My neck, my back is killing me.
All right, go ahead.
All right, guys. Good night. I love you, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow night. Oh.
Thanks for not answering my question.
What question is that, Olivia? Are y'all going to answer my question? Or I've asked 3 times, what is the Nightbot giving me? She's going to figure it out. She still hasn't got the kinks worked out on that yet, Olivia. It's the Nightbot. Giving her a warning.
So if you use a lot of emojis, Nightbot doesn't like it. Okay. And I haven't found your original message, but I think that's what it is. I just have to turn that. It's an automatic command, and I just have to turn that one off.
All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I can't even hold my head up anymore.
I will get that fixed this weekend so that it stops.
All right, everybody. Everybody have a good night. I love you all. See you tomorrow night. Peace out. One love. Good night.
Snarky, we send it out on Discord and on our Facebook group page. And then if you click the bell and click all when you subscribe, you should get notifications when we go live. So I'm going to put, I don't know if this is the command for it or not. If one of the mods can put the link for the Facebook group in there, because that apparently isn't the right command and I don't have it up right now. So if you go in the description of this live, it's also in there. I made sure that I put it in there. So the Discord's in there, the link for the merch is in there, the Facebook group, all of it's in there. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. It was a good topic to talk about. And everybody was asking our opinions, and now you know what our opinions are. So peace out. One love. Thank you for all of your love and support for our channel. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.